Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 39-yard line.
Snap comes at 1. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Sacked.
And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
Well, that's a down and distance coach is always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
after the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
14-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the gun, Jackson forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. And it brings up
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down. And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This is the former Spartan from San Jose, Tyler Irvin. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Working from the gun. Rodgers got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
Check 50. Hey, you block over here. Jim. Banjo. Yeah, Liz. I got you, punk.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to find Equanimous St. Brown, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, CD, unfortunately, some somber news across the league in Week 2 coming from New England Patriots running back James White because his parents were in a car crash and his father, Tyrone, captain of the Miami-Dade Police Department, passed away in that accident, and his mother, Lisa, also sustained critical injuries. So it was obviously a tough one. James White did not play in the game on Sunday, but we did see the outpouring of support from around the National Football League and how this really is one big family.
Yeah, he was really embraced, as you mentioned, by the National Football League. We saw social posts from plenty of players around the league, including Tom Brady, former teammate of his with the New England Patriots. We saw an outpouring in terms of, other guys around the league. J.J. Watt, who played with him in college at Wisconsin. And not only that, how about his own teammates? Devin McCourty scored a touchdown against Seattle and ran up and told the camera, "Hey, 2-8, we're thinking about you. We love you." And the rest of the guys chimed in from there. And the Patriots organization offered to fly him home on the private jet. He stayed with his team, stayed in their embrace, and now he has to go and face the difficult task of saying goodbye to his dad and tending to his mom. But he's got plenty of support from around the league, from the Patriots, and, of course, his own family.
Three straight incompletions. They don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, Charles, glancing back to Week 2 of the NFL, certainly there were a lot of great games. Unfortunately, though, it was a tough day for injuries across the league, and the team probably hit the hardest, the 49ers, losing Nick Bosa and Solomon Thomas for the season. They also had Jimmy Garoppolo, Raheem Mostert also leaving that game, but they were certainly not the only team affected.
And remember, they were already missing George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, right? Those guys didn't even play in that ball game. So this is a team. Oh, Richard Sherman, of course, is on IR. They've really struggled in the early going. How about the Giants losing the face of their team in Saquon Barkley? Looks like an ACL, gone for the season. And Cortland Sutton also done for the season with an ACL with the Denver Broncos. Tough sledding right now. Remember, Drew Lock, the quarterback, also hurt his shoulder in the last ball game.
And then Christian McCaffrey, they're saying likely at least a month for him of being out with that high ankle sprain. I guess maybe, CD, this is a good year to have just that 3-week IR rather than the longer spell.
It certainly is, and when you can have guys who can return faster for you, and you know that really helps the team out in a big way. Unfortunately for the Colts, former first-round pick and safety, starting safety for them, Malik Hooker, the IR won't apply. He's gone for the season with a torn Achilles.
A second down carry for Urban. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Down and 12.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long.
Rush in. Check 99. Check 99.
Throwing is Rodgers. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. He's going to loft one deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And down inside the 15 he goes. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
90 is the mic. 50. 90 is the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Shift, shift. A little flare, a little flare, flare, flare.
Now on 2nd and 16, Rodgers, and that's complete to Adams. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers as his guys are on the board first here tonight.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe. Let me breathe for a minute, man. Let me breathe for a minute. Let me breathe.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson being chased out left. And incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Tyler Ervin back deep. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3 they've got a great shot to do it right here.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Three buzz. No. Off. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30-yard line. Offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he returns this to the 22.
Hill on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball and pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with a rookie second-rounder. It's J.K. Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
Hey, CD, let's peer ahead to Week 3 on the NFL slate. I'm looking down at the schedule here, seeing what catches my eye. How about the Rams at Buffalo? That's a pretty good game. A couple of 2-0 teams. Dallas at Seattle. What else do you have?
Well, how about Green Bay at New Orleans on Sunday night? We always talk about quarterback matchups that we'd love to see more of. You don't get to see very often Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, and this could be the last time if Drew Brees indeed heads towards retirement after this season. And how about the one that's going to cap off the weekend? Kansas City at Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how big is that one, right? Because there are a number of us who think that this is a preview of the AFC Championship game. But I want to go back to one you mentioned, the Rams and Buffalo. 2 quarterbacks that continue to have to prove their greatness, or even that they should have the job. Jared Goff with the Rams, and of course, Josh Allen with Buffalo. Both of them off to really hot starts and looking good.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Rodgers
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 5.
90 is the mark. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Mike 40, check, he's coming. 50. Hey, you block over here. Check. 40's mine. 40's the mine. 40's the mine. Okay, double. Check 26. Jim.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Packers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. That's the end of the third.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 13, it's a first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Tackled back at the
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. They'll go again to Jones. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a 3rd down and about 9 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the 13-year man puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there. And that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Jackson from the shotgun. Steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, Defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This pass into the arms of Snead, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Here's 2nd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
7 yards.
Jackson will throw again. One thing I think that Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And that'll be incomplete. Clark took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Here's Rodgers to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling.
Oh, that's the way to run it.
Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 64 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. And again, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Ravens, nothing. Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
6 figures every year, yeah, earn that. Every front of this line is where my turn at. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that you show up in the winter.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And Hill will opt for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Two times.
And they will take a knee here.
Jackson on the keeper. Tonight's final.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
But they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.